morning everyone, it's Yvonne here from the Aussie Goddess to do your What's Cracking reading for Wednesday the 29th of July. There goes July, folks. If you're interested in doing classes with me, having a personal reading or donating to the channel, all of the information is below. That's it really. I really have nothing else to say this morning. I'll just get stuck straight into your reading. It's been raining for about 4 or 5 days here, which is super because I just put in a whole heap of trees and plants, which is really good. So they're well and truly getting water at the moment, which saves me going out every day and watering them. So it's beautiful. Did I say thank you? I don't know if I did say thank you to everyone this morning. I try to read through your comments every day. Sometimes I miss a day and then I go back over. And I've got to say, I never get sick of that. I never get sick of that. All right. That was a funny little split this morning, so that's interesting. Okay, so we have the Hermit coming straight out. Now, the Hermit is a card that talks about sort of cutting yourself off from things. You may be cut off from somebody. It may be just that you're feeling like cutting yourself off from the world at the moment, being in seclusion, but maybe sort of just taking time out for yourself. The Hermit card talks about sort of that going deep inside. Actually, that sounds like a really good idea at the moment. I could do that at the moment. Up in the mountains, just a log fire burning and just being by yourself sounds awesome. This person obviously is trying to get some wisdom here, trying to really seek out where they are and what they're doing. Wow, so we have the Magician behind that. So the Magician is a card that talks about manifestation. When you're in this energy, the universe is saying to you, have everything you need to bring in what you want here. So you're in the place, you have the understanding. The Magician is someone who's trying to manifest. I feel this is probably whoever's going inside at the moment. Maybe you're really trying to understand what you want, where you want to go, all the things that you do when you take time out, I guess. The Magician's saying whatever you want is here. You know, you just have to sort of realize that you have the capacity to have whatever you like here. Some sort of cycle needs to be closed down. Perhaps that's why you're seeking solitude and looking for the tools to help you close down a cycle. This cycle we're all going through at the moment seems to have taken forever. I'm really drawn to his red boots today, which makes me feel like the Wizard of Oz going on here. So I feel there's some sort of journey you want to go on, or you're sort of maybe ready to finish up a journey here. Okay, and then we have the Temperance card. So I like this because this is saying this is a good time to do this. Like you've probably got everything sort of sorted here. You know, maybe it's a good time to really decide how you want to go forwards now rather than sort of sitting where you are. Maybe you felt a little bit like, you may have felt a little bit stuck, a little bit sticky. But the Temperance card is sort of saying, well, you know, you've got everything in balance. Everything is going in the right direction. You know, now that you've got all that, you can use that sort of Magician to bring in what you really want. Okay, so maybe you've been doing this after some sort of hurt or pain. Maybe you felt that you needed to go inside. Maybe you've been trying to sort of conjure up a new life here. But there's some sort of heartbreak and pain that you're leaving behind here. Yeah, beautiful, because we have the Judgment card coming through. So this looks to me like you're trying to perhaps invest in yourself. You're trying to pull in all your resources, deciding what you want to go forward with, what's best for you in your life. The universe is saying the time is right. You have the tools to do what you need to do now. So it's sort of pretty much take an opportunity. The Judgment card talks of having, you know, like a rebirth, having another chance at something. Sort of, you know, and I feel like here it's like you're wanting to launch a new life here. Let's see where it goes. All right, so we have the beautiful King of Wands coming out here. Now this card represents the fire signs, Leo, Sag and Aries. The most important thing to remember, it's more about their attributes than their signs really, because the attributes of this particular person are things like leadership. This person's very attractive because they're so confident, self-reliant, they know what they want, they know how to go after it. So we've got someone here who is taking this energy on. It's sort of like taking the leadership in your own life here, you know, realizing your abilities or your what you've got to offer the world here. I do love that he's talking to his cat, because who doesn't love a man who talks to his cat, right? But this is sort of about him tuning into the intuition here, really, you know, trying to understand here the inner parts of himself. So I feel like for some of you here, it's sort of like your outside world is sort of, you know, in place, and you're doing a lot of stuff with your inner world to see where you want to go. So maybe a lot of you doing work on yourself. All right, there's some sort of decision that needs to be made. And the Two of Swords is a decision that, you know, it's not the best decision, basically, because it's something that's very difficult. You've got to make some sort of decision. I don't think you have all the information you need to make this decision, so you're sort of half-baked here. Hence the blindfold is on, even in this particular card. But the swords talk about communication, and they also talk about, you know, having clarity, being able to sort of cut things out that don't work for you anymore. So you're making some sort of decision here about what things are serving you in your life and what's not. All right, and then we have the Queen of Wands. Well, that's very interesting, being we got the other fella up the front here. So maybe some of you are in some sort of decision about a relationship, because that's how it's come out. And trying to decide whether you want to continue this relationship. That's maybe why you're taking time out from the world, or whether you take your power back and walk away. But there's a decision that needs to be made here. But there's also a very big feeling that there's lack of communication here between two people. There's a divide, a separation between two people here. And maybe that's what you're trying to sort of, you know, get clear in your head about. The Queen of Wands also represents the fire signs, and she's much like the King of Wands. Like, she's feeling very attractive. She feels like she, you know, perhaps wants romance in her life, perhaps wants a dragon. But she is very powerful too, in that she knows her direction, she knows what she wants. So there's a lot of power here. And it feels like a power struggle between two people who are not communicating. Okay, let's just keep going. All right, and then we have the King of Pentacles coming out. So we have a lot of earth and a lot of fire here. So the King of Pentacles can sometimes represent the husband card. So maybe some of you, you know, have an issue in your relationship that you are taking time out to decide whether you want to really move it ahead or whether you want to sort of pull back now. There looks like a real problem with communication though, that like perhaps one person's not, perhaps you both sort of got a little bit of this energy of not wanting to sort of belly up here and have a talk about something. And I feel like for some of you this is a partner. And there seems to be this need to get back to tin tacks, like to get back to the basics, you know, to be able to have these conversations. Okay. Yeah, Four of Wands coming through here. Okay. With the Knight of Cups. Getting a different energy now with the Knight of Pentacles. Okay. All right. For some of you, you may not actually be with this person. There may have been a breakdown in communication. You may have separated. You may be apart at the moment. If you're together, then there's a huge communication gap here. But I feel like for some of you with this energy below here, that there's a possibility that you're not with this person. I feel like perhaps you haven't really communicated for a while here. There seems to be some offer on the table. Possibly an offer of love, but somebody's being very slow to speak up, very slow to express how they're feeling, very slow to approach you here. the thing is they're both knights. So this person desperately wants to take action, whether that's you or whether that's them. And maybe that's why you've sort of gone into hermit mode to see how you need to approach this next. Or maybe you're trying to heal here from this. Let's just get some more cards. Maybe you're trying to heal. Yeah, there's a sense of disappointment here with the Five of Cups. And we have the Ace of Wands. And the Eight of Swords. Yeah, okay. So some of you may have gone into that hermit mode to heal. That's why we had the Three of Swords coming up at the beginning. So you may be separated from someone. One or the other of you, or both of you, both want to take action, but neither one of you is talking. And the universe is trying here to get a new start happening here. There's some sort of rebirth needed, some sort of closing of something, some sort of shutting down of something. There's a lot of disappointment in the past, but a promise of new starts in the future. Now, it could be possible that you are building your own security and creating a new start for yourself in your own life with the Magician card. But for some of you here, it's almost like this is, it sort of gives me a bit of a knot in the stomach. It's like things are on pause and nothing's going anywhere. And yet, both people want the same thing, which is really weird. But I feel like you might be working on your own stability. I feel like this is taking a long time. You may be making the choice here to walk away, to look for someone new, because there looks like there's someone new sort of sitting in the background here. So maybe someone's waiting for you here to maybe make a decision about a relationship that isn't working for you, or some sort of situation that's not working for you. Because you have another person here in the background. Someone who wants a new start here. Someone who's waiting to come in. So if you're not in a relationship and you've finished a relationship here, and maybe you're looking at how to resolve, it's almost like this person is waiting for you to make a decision about someone else before they come forward. Definitely. But I feel like you're all up in your head here, not in your feelings where you should be. You're in this intellectualizing your feelings and in denial. Okay, so we have someone taking time out here to perhaps heal. Maybe this is a time of thinking, healing, taking time out from the world. The universe is saying you can have whatever you want here. So it's pretty much saying that, you know, if you want this person, it's a matter of speaking up. But if you don't want this person, we've got someone waiting in the wings for you. I feel some sort of cycle has got to be closed out. This looks like it's been going on for a long time, this sort of stalemate, this not producing results thing. So some sort of cycle needs to close out. The universe is saying it's time here for these things to happen. You've been going through a lot of heartbreak for a while, and it's time to really bring yourself into a new time. It's time to rebirth yourself. Either let go of the past or do something about it. It's sort of this energy of, they say damned if you do, damned if you don't. It's sort of like this energy of just being on pause. It's like you've put the video on pause. You've got all this stuff waiting for you in your future, including some handsome gentleman here. But you're stuck in this energy of this Two of Swords, making a decision whether to move on or stay. And I feel like you're doing what you need to do. Both of you probably are. You know, investing in yourselves, you know, investing in your own business, building your own stability, but pining for each other here. Anyway, let's see what we'll take a journey of love here. We're going to take a journey of love. Oh, we have two coming out, so I'm going to read both this morning. Get myself organised. Okay, so we have just for a moment joy. Oh, how funny! I forgot to put the thing down. I'm so sorry, and you haven't seen the cards. Oh, at least you can see them now. Okay, just for a moment joy. That's really funny that I did that. Must be a reason for it. And sit and look at my face for the whole 14 minutes. This oracle brings you a message. In this moment, trust that there is joy waiting to be felt and found, no matter how hard that may be to believe right now. Let go of your attachment to the apparent problems at hand as much as you can, and you will be allowing yourself to let the divine take over and sort out what needs to happen here. There is help awaiting your invitation always. Why not let it in and let joy in too? You're being offered divine support to live a less guarded existence, to dissemble yourself a little or a lot and let your true nature, which is joy, bubble to the surface without rhyme or reason other than just because it lives. I'm going to read you the poem here. I know some of you like the oracles. I'm just amazed at how they resonate with the readings, especially when you have like 3-4 decks on the table. Okay. Love is magic, like a balmy breeze on a winter night. It feels so good you want it to last forever. And love is magic because we make it so, by opening to the pleasure of being alive and sharing the joy we feel. And when we're not looking, the night may warm again. Okay, now we have riding the cosmic wave. And I've read this a little bit lately. It's sort of like just going with the flow. So maybe you just need to let this go. Maybe you need to just sort of allow the universe to just take you on this ride. Maybe it's there for a reason. Maybe you're growing through this experience, especially with the Hermit card. So there is a time to work hard and a time to allow the fruits of one's labour to manifest, when one may be carried by forces set in motion by the energy of life itself. You can let go and move further, reach further with less effort. Now is the time to give yourself permission to stop paddling and instead just ride the wave. Give in, let go and be moved. Have a wonderful day.